Hello Wanderers, welcome back to our Crusader Kings 3 roleplay series following House Arryn and King Daemon of Mountain and Vale. Now in that last episode we had returned home to the Vale after spending a good time at university. We learned a lot there and we became educated, increased our education trait, which was excellent. We became a blade master there as well, so we learned a little bit of combat, and we went on many adventures on our way back to the Eyrie. So our character has really become quite the knight, despite being 18 years of age. He's quite regal. We've let some time pass, and we've healed from our wounds, though the scars still remain. And during that time, we have been wooing our wife, and you can see that it's all come to a climax here. Every time I close my eyes, I see Queen Hannah's face. Sleep will not come. I cannot wait another moment. Cloaked in shadows, I make my way to the garden outside her living quarters. This makes no sense. We obviously sleep in the same chamber as our wife. But perhaps, we're coming... Perhaps we had let her sleep in or something, and we're coming upon her to surprise her in the morning. But somebody seems to be climbing the tower. Wow, brave fool climbing the towers of the Eyrie. And they're trying to get in. Oh, are they coming to assassinate us? But they'll only find our wife in there. My sunshine is in danger. I must save her. I will go ahead with my romance attempt here. Can we save our wife? We shall see. The sounds from the struggle above is the greatest motivator I have ever known. I hoist myself through the window, or through the door, or however this is taking place. These events don't always make sense for the circumstances. I wish they would have a specific event if you were romancing your spouse. That would be a little bit more contextually accurate. I feel as if I've been plunged into a frozen lake. Hannah is on the floor, the intruder pushing her down, a gleaming blade between them. With a roar, I grab the villain by the collar and throw him into the wall. The rest is a blur. When the danger is over, I turn towards her. Hannah, are you all right? I ask, cautiously. As if my words were a spell, she finally unfreezes and throws herself into my arms. Thank the seven who are one you are here, Daemon. I'll never let you get into harm's way again. Indeed, Queen Hannah will become our soulmate. We will lay with her. We will gain some renown, and we are successful here in wooing our wife. So perhaps they came to assassinate us, and they found our wife instead. Or perhaps they were attempting to slay her, thinking that she, to prevent her from giving birth to any more children. Who knows? Who knows? Was it the evil King Garbin here? I guess he's not really actually evil, but, he's ambitious at the very least. Or perhaps King Jarrett, Nine Fingers of Strong Song, King Gerald of Gulltown, the King of Runestone. Perhaps one of them was responsible for sending this assassin. Any of them could have good reason for wanting to be rid of House Arryn here. I mean, we are the rightful heirs to the Vale, and though we are weak now compared to how we used to be, obviously we are still a threat to some of these people. So any of them could have been responsible for this. Interesting indeed. We will have to keep an eye out, and especially on strangers. And there does appear to be a stranger in our court, though perhaps we have not quite noticed them just yet. But that is Godric Snowfire. Now, this is a warrior who has come to our court, come to the Eyrie at the very least, to fight for House Arryn here, to fight in our armies. And although he, maybe hasn't gotten our attention just yet, he is quite a strong warrior, and will probably make a name for himself. This is Godric Snowfire. Now, he is actually a son of the Blackfyre house. You can see that he has some Blackfyre relatives. Indeed, his grandfather was King Daemon the Mad Flame. But he was born out of wedlock, and looks like he's forged his own path here. You can see that he calls himself a Snowfire instead of a Blackfyre. This is a man gregarious, deceitful, and vengeful. So he's the type of person who, he's probably keeping his identity a secret for now, that he is a, descended from House Blackfyre, because obviously House Arryn is not going to be too positively inclined towards House Blackfyre, but he's probably keeping that a secret, which he can probably do well because he is an elusive shadow. Now, this was a man who came from the north, but he fled there because he got a little bit too handsy with some northern lord or another's wife, and was forced to flee. Now, he does seem to be loyal as long as that loyalty is earned. But like I said, this is a character who perhaps if we noticed and, if we knew of his Blackfyre heritage, we might be a little bit wary of him. But as just a soldier, a knight fighting in our armies, and a skilled one at that, perhaps he'll have an opportunity to earn a place in our court before we, find a reason to dismiss him. So Godric Snowfire here, we'll see if he manages to, if his loyalty to us holds true and he does earn a place despite his Blackfyre name, which, like I said, we probably don't know any of this yet. He's probably keeping it a little bit of a secret. Now, we do need to figure out what we're going to do next, and that, I think, is not too much of a difficult question. Now, our wife is from the House of Derry. Derry, the House Derry, once ruled the Trident's Mouth. Our wife's has some family here in the High Road, ruling that land, Moon's Approach, and in the High Road to the Vale. And I think that we would like to elevate House Derry, and by doing so, we shall rid ourselves of a foe as well, and that is King Meryn of Trident's Mouth. Now, this is a man who is, not somebody that we would care for. He's not necessarily evil per se. I mean, arrogant, brave, calm, maybe a little bit, sociopathic, but not a psychopathic. This is, he's an Ironborn. He's a raider. And so I think that we need to deal with this. We're going to put Derry back in charge of the Trident's Mouth. So we are, in fact, going to be declaring war on King Meryn here, and we're going to be pushing our vassal's claims. So he has a claim on the High Lordship of Trident's Mouth. We're going to push that claim because I don't actually know. I mean, we could push the Lordship of Derry and just get that, but I think if we push the High Lordship of Trident's Mouth, it just shows these couple counties, but I don't know. Maybe we'll get all of it. I'm not actually sure. But either way, we are going to declare that war. We're going to need to call in some allies. Maybe we have enough troops to handle this ourselves. Probably not, though. I think we're going to call in an ally. I imagine Heart's Home is going to be the best one, just due to the fact that they are not really too far away. I think Heart's Home is right over here. So yeah, we should be able to call them up and use our alliances to our advantage. We might have less troops than everybody else, but as a powerful diplomat with a prestigious name, we can call in these allies, and that grants us a lot more power than might otherwise be held within our hands. So I'm going to lead this army myself because we are a brave knight, obviously. So we're going to do that. So let us wait for our allies' armies here. They shouldn't be taking too long, I wouldn't imagine. We're gonna start moving over here. Ah, okay. Let's see. I mean, we could probably, let's move over here to the Bloody Gate. Well, wait. There's our allies' army. They're coming in. I'm not too worried about the Ironborn army sieging us down before we get a chance to defeat them. I mean, we might even be able to defeat them here. Would King Damon here risk is, I mean, we could try it. What has this got? We get some advantages. They've got the better commander. They've got more commander traits. We've got more men-at-arms counter defensive buildings. We'll probably lose, though. But would we wait? Let's look at our character's traits. Diligent, zealous, compassionate, just. You know what? I mean, I don't think we would. I don't see anything in our traits that makes me think that our character is impatient or anything like that. We don't have the impatience trait. We know that our, fortifications are going to hold. That's the entire kind of point of the Vale. So, I think that we will probably be okay here with letting our defenses, hold for a little bit longer here. To the rowdy King Damon, your dimples are the wings on which I ascend to heaven. My heart yearns to be by your side, that I may know the depths of your love. Please be the jonquil to my Florian. I think you might have that a little backwards. These lines are but a bleak reflection of my feelings for you. I'll do anything to prove my loyal affection. Signed, to abandon this foolish endeavor immediately, Yolanda. I mean, what are you even trying here? My gosh. Not only that, but you are promised, you are a holy sister. Holy moly, get a hold of yourself. And that is all we will say to that. We're gonna let our allies come in. Like I said, I don't think our character would be so foolish as to throw his forces away when he knows his allies are on the way and he knows that their fortifications here on the high road can hold. So I think that we're going to wait for our allies, but they do seem to be coming in close. I think we're going to try to relieve the forces of House Derry here by engaging in battle now. So, and hopefully we will catch. Oh, we've got Lord Wildling here. Interesting. We don't have the king himself though. He's not fighting. No, he's not. Interesting. All right. Well, let's see King Damon's first battle here, and luckily our allied forces come in time, and we shall no doubt utterly crush the forces of the dastardly King Meryn of Trident's Mouth here. There we go. Looks like this battle is well in hand, and indeed it is. Let's take a look at the details of that battle. Let's see how our knights do. Ooh, Godric, getting the most kills, so he is kind of proving himself here a little bit. That's actually not so bad. Making a name for himself. Let's take a look at the events. Our knight Luther Harwell maimed Kendrin, wounded Lord Newt, wounded Lord Rogon, and maimed Master Joron. Excellent. Good job. I think we're going to head in and probably... We don't have a lot of siege equipment, unfortunately, but I think that there's so many castles here. I think we have to just eat the attrition and go straight for their capital and just try to end this war in one fell swoop. Our allies are... Oh, what? There's a rebel army appears right at this moment here. Interesting. Okay. Oh, Lord Gilwood himself is fighting with us. Looks like we had to deal with that peasant revolt that rose up against Meryn there, and we had to deal with that ourselves. Our allies are sieging this down. I guess we'll just siege it down with them. They actually must have some decent siege equipment because it's going quite quickly. I'm going to attach my army here, and we'll just join with them. Ooh, they're coming. They're sailing around. They're sailing in to what? Try to hit us from behind? I mean, we might not know of this just yet. We'll see. They're probably going to go try to siege the Eyrie or something like that, coming in from behind. I'm just, imagining that we don't have word of this. How would we? They sailed out from the Trident's Mouth here, sailed around, coming through Gulltown, coming through the Southern Vale. I don't know how we would have heard word of this army yet, unless the king of the Southern Vale would send word to us, but I don't think he would, so... Looks like they're going to go and siege down the Eyrie. Once they get to the Eyrie, or any of our castles, now I think that the Ravens would come and we would hear word of this. So we can probably return. I was kind of hoping my allies would stay and continue the siege. I guess I could have left some troops there, but it's fine. We're known for our dedication to the faith. Of course we are. While out sweating in the training yard with Luther, I find my grasp of swordmanship has improved. Oh, wow, we gained the trait Skilled Fighter. Nice, look at that. Skilled Fighter. We actually have quite high prowess, considering we don't even have a Valyrian steel sword. It would be nice if we did. We're gonna chase these Ironborn down. See if we can catch them here. I don't know if we'll be able to. Oh, we might. No, they just ran. All right, so we do get a perk here. I'm obviously going to go for Stalwart Leader. I think this just makes sense. And it's pretty good considering we're going to be leading armies, and it makes it a little bit less dangerous, especially in this mod. Tempted to get Chivalric Dominance, but we might switch over now to... Well, we can't just yet. We'll probably get Chivalric Dominance, then we'll shift back over to Diplomacy here. Can we catch these guys? I don't think so. Oh, we might get them here. There we go. There we go. So we catch their armies. Our allies coming in to assist. Excellent. And expectations. You are always there for me, and I hope you know I am grateful. My brother Orson approaches me in a rare moment of contemplation. This is what it means to be a guardian. So we get along with our younger brother here. He is our ward. We are training him. We could, he could be a squire to somebody here. To one of our knights, perhaps. Sir Osric Corbray, Paul Goodwin. Paul Goodwin's one of our, important knights here, relatively speaking. Sure, you can be his squire. We already have a squire, of course. That is our good friend Tegan White. There we go. Crush the enemy army. All right, let's go and siege them down again. We got all the war score we can from the battles. They're going to be running back to their lands, no doubt. Somehow they escaped through the mountains, probably taking, more attrition from the mountain clansmen who are, going to be attacking them as they try to flee through. But we'll go and siege down some of their lands. I want to hit their army one more time, actually, if we can. That would be ideal. Let's see if we can get them over here. Are they going to be locked in? They might. Oh, they're moving so quickly. Let's try to keep our allies. Oh no, our allies are going to go and siege this down. I'm going to actually head over for their capital. If they want to try to hit my army, they can, but if we can take Derry, then we should be able to win this. With my mind set on a relaxing evening, I am heading for my best friend Tegan's chambers with some wine and a deck of cards. Without knocking, I push his door open. Tegan is seated by his desk, writing furiously, of course. As I clear my throat, he jumps out of his skin. He quickly stuffs a roll of parchment into his pocket and turns towards me with an uneasy look upon his face. Oh, what are you hiding? Show me at once. Tegan. He has gotten married, so he did marry a young woman, Karel Slumberwood here, who is a granddaughter of King Jarrett Ninefingers, interestingly enough. Tegan's family does actually come from the Kingdom of Strongsong, so that actually does kind of make sense. I don't think we're paranoid, just diligent, zealous, paranoid. I think we would respect his privacy. We're not paranoid or anything like that. So we'll just respect his privacy. I don't think our best friend would be doing anything untoward. I can't imagine he would be, at the very least. So we're gonna get this siege going. Hopefully our allies will join us, but... Ooh, a mischievous smile is playing on Tegan's lips. I know I have been acting strangely as of late, and for that I apologize, but I had good reason. Tegan gestures for me to follow and leads me to the Great Hall. When he pushes the door open, someone starts playing a jolly tune. Oh my, the decorations, the smell, and everyone is here. It is a feast in your honor. Let me get a cup of wine. So maybe this isn't happening at the Eyrie, but happening at the army camp, because Tegan is obviously with us as our squire. Thank you, Tegan. Thank you for preparing such a delightful event here. I wonder, can we knight Tegan yet? Doesn't look like it, and we can't train him because we're in an army. I wonder what it takes to actually get somebody knighted. I'm not 100% sure. I think we have to train them a few times. So we'll see. We'll see if he gets fully trained up and we do end up knighting him. He's not particularly knight worthy, but he is loyal, so, and quick. I think we could probably end up naming him as a knight. Got some armies marching through our lands. The army of Rustpoint. Interesting. Looks like the armies of Hearthstone here are much better at sieging. We don't have any siege equipment, and I simply just don't have the money to it. We do have these amazing winged knights, but yeah, we're going to need to deal with our money situation so we can afford some proper retinues. Greetings, my lord. Wolmers, one of the cooks, says, I have your brother Orson with me here. He promised to clean the pots in the cookery, see. He draws a sharp breath, and clean every pot he did, even scrub the cauldron without me even asking. It's a sweet boy you got there. That is indeed very selfless, but does this act suit Orson's stature? Yeah, I think we will keep our brother compassionate. We are compassionate after all. My spy master has come to me with grave news. While we do not yet know who, someone is plotting to kill my best friend, Tegan. We must stop the villain behind this. Who's trying to kill Tegan? What? Why? Well, we obviously need to do something about this. Hopefully our allies will come in and join the siege. There we go. Wait, are we even sieging the right place? I don't even think we... No, we are. We are sieging the right place. I wish our allies would help us siege the right place, but to each their own, I suppose. I mean, it is ticking down eventually here. Oh, looks like the Darksea army is coming in again. They're going to try to potentially siege something of ours, but I'm probably not going to be very successful at it. The Eerie School of Translators. With the spirit of learning reigning in the realm, scholars from all the region have been dawdling in the libraries of my domain. Perhaps I could direct their energy into something fruitful. Oh, this is actually quite interesting because we did bring one of our teachers from Old Town back with us. Perhaps he has been promoting scholarship in our realm here. So the learned wanderer Quinton presents an opportunity. My lord, I have mastered a dozen languages and could help you organize a translation team. Let us scour the land for skilled translators and put them at work under your auspices. The Eerie could become a beacon of great enlightenment. Oh, wow, that's so much money. Great translation school. Learning +2. Different culture opinion. Learning language scheme power. We gain the nickname The Wise. Ooh, once you are so capable, you can do all the translations. Libraries are so much bother. I don't think we can afford that expense, and we are diligent, but we do want to get a translation effort. I think that does make sense, so we're gonna do that option there. So that puts us in debt, which is not good, but there's not really too much we can do about that in the current situation. We are at war, so I'm not really too worried about the debt racking up just a little bit. Our wife's architectural expertise has been of a little bit of assistance in any case. All right, our allies going to finish sieging this. I'm hoping that they're going to come in and join us sieging the capital right away here. That would be ideal. Okay, just no. Stop and join with us. Surely, you know, surely they want to assist us with the siege here. Come on, you guys. Oh, the AI. You know what? Maybe if we call in our other ally. Oh, we can ask the Head of Faith for gold once more. This could be useful. I mean, consider this. Even though we are zealous, asking the most devout for coin is helping get rid of these heathens in the realm. So we do need this money to further the goal of the Faith of the Seven. So this seems quite fitting. There we go. So fixed our money problems, that's for sure. Our ally is crushing the enemy army here. Let's hope they come in and siege us down. I'm tempted to call in our other ally, just in hopes that somebody's going to assist us with the sieging down here, because that's gonna take the longest. And we have plenty of prestige to spare. We gain a lot of prestige just being from House Arryn, so I'm not too worried about spending a little prestige. What do we have here? What is this? The Targaryen army is attacking King Meryn of Trident's to free captives. Oh, wow. Interesting. Interesting indeed. So the Targaryens, who are hiding up here in Rockall after, you know, the Blackfyres and the Targaryens kind of really earned themselves a bad name, they are apparently, they got some captives taken by these Ironborn raiders. So, wow, just utterly annihilated their army at the very least. Court grandeur has gone up, which is good. Marwyn is plotting against my best friend, that brooding fiend. Well, obviously we need to arrest this man, imprison him. 2% chance. How is this how is this? Accuse him of violating sumptuary law? How do we, like, we know he's plotting to murder our friend. So how is this an act of tyranny? Or maybe he stopped. Maybe he stopped this plot. Still, I wish we could, like, we can dismiss him. Yeah, we are going to dismiss him. So he stopped his plot, but once we discover this, we're obviously going to send him away. Not like we have a lot of room for getting rid of our knights here, but we're obviously not going to keep somebody around who is plotting to murder our best friend. But we don't have, you know, I think that there wasn't enough evidence to imprison him, so we're just going to send him away. Looks like our siege might eventually finish up here at the very least, even though it's taking so long. We really got to get ourselves... You know what? We can probably... No, we can't quite afford the trebuchets yet. That'll be the first thing we get when we get enough money to pay for that. The fighting has been thick in the Riverlands, as it always is when war rages. While riding through a pillaged hamlet, our column broaches the crest of a hill. A gruesome sight twists into view. A gnarled tree with naked branches jutting from its crown. Dangling from these cruel fingers are corpses of this village's populace, swaying in the breeze like abandoned marionettes. The grim atmosphere is pierced by a shrill cry. I spur my horse and gallop to the foot of the tree, where I discover the source of the wailing. The babe looks up to me, swaddled in muck and gore. His mother, grasped by the noose mere feet above him, bloats. How could it have possibly have survived? Leave it, my lord, speaks Waylon. It is a bad omen. Better a feast for the crows. We can't leave this child out here. It is common for men at war to return with bastards. Ooh, interesting. Leave it here. This is a poor omen. Oh, wow, look at this kid. Strong, robust. Huh. I think we're going to take this kid. So think about this, too. The evil, like, okay, maybe this guy himself isn't evil, but obviously some of his Ironborn raiders who have been going and raiding these lands, they're not good people. These are not Riverlanders here, right? They are probably terrorizing the populace, and it is undoubtedly the forces of King Meryn Darksea who caused this tragedy. But I think a zealous, compassionate man such as ourselves would obviously take this child in. So we're gonna, yeah, we are going to bring this child in. Do we name them, you know, do we take this child as our own? I think because we're compassionate, I think because we're zealous, I think we might. You know, we'll give them a place, a strong place in our court. And we'll look at this, we lose 50 stress because we're compassionate. Obviously, this is the most trait-fulfilling option here, so that's what we're going to do. And frankly, if he proves to be a better heir than our son, we may even name him our heir. That could be, yeah, it could be possible. We'll see. We'll see how this plays out. But Ormond Rivers here, I mean, look at those traits. Strong, robust. That would be really nice if he was our heir. Very cool. That's a cool event. I like it. And so, yeah, we have a new son here. My son and heir Robin is an unusually calm child. When others play their wild games, Robin often withdraws to some silent corner. He does not speak a lot, but I can tell he's always thinking about something. I suspect we might end up trying to send Robin off to take the vows. We might be able to get him to do so if he ends up being zealous, and we'll probably raise him to do so. In favor of an heir who isn't scaly. So that's just something that might happen in the future. We'll have to see. But Queen Hannah's pregnant, so, you know, maybe Orman won't be our heir. Maybe we'll have another son who will be a little bit more suitable. We'll see. That whole situation's far, far away. You know, we don't have to worry about that just yet. Looks like the siege is almost done, though, which is excellent news. Oh, he's got a little army left. That's not going to be enough, though. Oh, yeah, and look at that. The forces of Redford are going in and just crushing them. Excellent. Yeah, Darksea stood no chance. There we go. And that is all done with. Prisoners taken with the siege. We got Corbin Marstein here. Let us enforce our demands. Do we need to take a hostage? Demand. Confirm. Oh, he will not accept. All right. Let's clear that character. There we go. Yeah, we're going to enforce. Okay, so look at this. Oh, we do get all of these lands. Good, 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 good. Yeah, so we get all the lands that aren't ruled, or that are ruled by Ironborn Storm God worshippers, and then the rest of them become our vassals, I believe, so, or something like that. Oh, perhaps not. These are just the vassals of these counties. All right, in any case, enforce our demands. There we go. And we have expanded our land quite a bit here, as you can see. Excellent news, excellent news. We are going to need to hand out these lands. So we do have, oh, right, we don't need to because we push the claim of Lord Bastion here. So he actually gets all of these lands. Looks like, yeah, so he's got Castle Derry, which is good. That's his traditional, the traditional seat of House Derry. And yeah, that is excellent news. He's still got some Drowned God followers here. We're gonna need to potentially try to do something about that. I mean, we can't revoke the titles because we're not Bastion here, but he might attempt to do so himself. So there we go. And he's become a powerful and loyal vassal here. That's going to increase his power. That's going to increase our power. And now we can consider what our next steps are going to be. I mean, I wonder if we can vassalize some of these guys too. Excellent. Yeah, so we can vassalize Longleaf here, which is good news. There we go. So Longleaf was a Riverlander lord here. Perhaps we can vassalize another one as well. Can we vassalize you? Offer vassalage. No, because his realm is distant from ours. Is it? That doesn't really seem all that distant here. Perhaps that will change shortly. I'm going to train our squire. We'll train him in chivalry. And that was an excellent training session. There we go. And we can vassalize him now. So there we go. We are going to do so. Oh, because the crossing is coming in as well. Crossing's vassalizing some people as well. Oh, Dorn. How did you get up here, Dorn? Interesting. We'll have to, we might fix that little bit of border gore up there, but so looks like some of these vassals of the Riverlands are signing on with the King of Mountain and Vale, and this is going to give us an interesting opportunity here. I don't think we're going to push super far into the Riverlands, but there is the possibility of maybe taking this side of the mountains if we have good reason to, which I don't think we do just yet. But in any case, we have definitely increased our power somewhat here in this episode, and we will continue to do so in the next episode. But until then, Wanderers, thank you for watching.